In our community, everywhere I look and go, I see people I've hauled on my bus. And for Carl Fisher, that's a lot of people. Born in 1930 to John and Wilma Fisher in Polk County, Carl was one of 8 children. He attended the Vantown and Sunset schools through 8th grade. He started driving a school bus when he was 16. His father, his uncle, and several other relatives had also driven school buses in Pleasant Hope. The first school bus Carl drove was a new 1946 Dodge panel truck his dad had bought. A local mechanic and dentist converted the panel truck to a school bus. It held about 16 people. The bus had benches along the sides on which students sat, along with stools tucked away under the benches that students could pull out and sit on when the benches reached capacity. The first school bus Carl purchased new, a 1969 Chevrolet, cost about $6,000. And it was the first bus he recalls owning that had a heater in the back for the students. Before that, the only heater on the bus was for the driver, but Carl said it wasn't too effective. When the Votech School opened in Lewisburg in 1971, he continued running his regular route and added the Lewisburg route. Morrisville would meet me in Pleasant Hope, and Bolivar would meet me in Halfway, he said. So I handled 4 schools. Due to scheduling conflicts, he had to end his regular route in 1991 when the Pleasant Hope District started sending vocational students to Ozarks Technical Community College in Springfield rather than going to Lewisburg. On this Votech run, it wasn't trying to make a little money, Carl said. I was trying to help the kids any way I could. I told them to call if they had any trouble. He gave out apples and candy bars at Christmas. Carl's bus had a radio and a clock, and he kept his bus clean, all to keep his boys happy. Many afternoons, he would take his bus out to a low-water slab near Pleasant Hope and wash it. He was good to the kids, but there were rules on the bus, too. Carl has always been more than a school bus driver, though, a job that he says was just part-time. He also ran a filling station in town, as well as finding other pursuits when school was out of session during the summer. In the early 1960s, he drove a few summers for Continental Trailway, logging about 30,000 miles each summer. Carl has been a farmer throughout his life and still runs beef cattle. He ran a hay hauling crew for about 20 years. He also had several summers when he hired high school boys who were on his bus route to haul hay for area farmers. Carl liked to go turkey hunting, which meant getting up very early. Some of his son JC's favorite childhood memories are from hunting with his dad. He was diagnosed with cancer and underwent treatment, but he didn't miss his regular route. He said he couldn't have made it through without the kids. He said the kids were like a family. Holder of the Guinness World Record for length of service as a school bus driver, Carl said he has hauled students from 3 generations of some families. After age 70, Missouri school bus drivers must take a state test every year to keep the school bus endorsement on their licenses, according to the State Department of Revenue. I've never had any trouble renewing my license, Carl said. His son JC says his dad didn't drive a school bus for nearly 66 years because it provided a paycheck, but because it allowed him to give back to the community. He drove for them so many years, and he didn't consider it work, JC said. My dad just liked to do it. He loved doing it for the kids. He just always was giving back. Carl also has 3 daughters, Karen, Carla, and Kathy, as well as 10 grandchildren. Now that he is retired after 65 years and 6 months of driving a school bus in the same district, Fisher continues to take care of his stock cattle, mow the graveyard, play cards with his sisters and other friends at least twice a week, and attends music shows with his sisters. Sometimes he is even the one singing on stage. For Carl Fisher, driving a bus is about the people whose lives he has impacted along the way. I tell you, they are like family, Fisher said. I just felt like they were one of the family. It's that love for kids. You want to help them. He is a pioneer.